Hello and welcome to the FIBA Basketball World Cup here in Jakarta, Indonesia. This is the pre-tournament press conference with Canada, and we have head coach Jordi Fernandez alongside captain Kelly Olynyk joining us. Thank you guys. Kelly, can you give us some thoughts how you guys feel heading into this tournament?
Yeah, I mean, we're feeling pretty good. We had a good training camp in Canada and Toronto. Got over to Europe, to Germany and Spain, and got some good games in. And then we've gotten over here, and I think we've had a few days to adjust and acclimate. Obviously, it's a big time difference, long travel, so it takes your body a little while. But I think today we probably had you would say, our best practice of maybe the summer. So I think we're feeling, confident, good going into tomorrow. Obviously, this whole tournament is a challenge, every step of the way. You got to take it one step at a time. You can't overlook anything or jump ahead. And, that's what we're kind of trying to dial in right now, is just taking it day by day and making sure that we put our best foot forward and compete every single time we step on the floor.
Great, thank you. And Coach?
Kelly has said it pretty much. We have an unbelievable group. These guys have worked their tails off since August 1st. Not just the training camp in Toronto, but then going into Germany, Spain, and facing all these great teams for the preparation. We are very different than these other teams. As you guys know, our group hasn't played together consistently. We are very talented. Let me say it again, very, very talented. And the most important things is these guys know how much they have to work to balance what's our biggest challenge. And if you go from the first game against Germany to the second game against Germany to the first game against Spain, one thing that this team does is we are relentless, and we're gonna fight every single possession. And our growth will be there throughout the tournament. So we believe we can still be way better. Day one, we will fight. And then day five, we will be much better than day one. So that's our mindset. We know it, and we're ready to fight.
Great, thank you. And do we have questions? Go ahead.
Hello, I'm Rainis from Latvian television. About day 5, you got a game against Latvia, first ever in history between those two teams, and this is debut for a small 2 million country named Latvia in this tournament. How well you know this team? Of course, some players of the NBA, but how could you both characterize Team Latvia?
I'll take it first. So I know how good you guys are, the tradition in your country, great players. I know the whole roster, the shooting ability, played together, very well coached by Luka Banchi, and I have a lot of respect for that team. We're gonna have to give our best effort and our best focus to compete against you guys, and it's gonna start tomorrow with where we at. And like I said, after that game against France, we'll be 1% better, and the next day, and the game against Lebanon. So the only thing that I would say is that we're not gonna go down, we're gonna go up. And that's, again, our mindset as a group.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, we've never played against Latvia, but we know a lot of the players. We know how, these countries, who have these national teams where guys have played together a long time. And like Jordi said, great coaching. Just so fundamentally sound. Everybody can shoot, pass, dribble. Those are dangerous teams. And, like Jordi says, well, our goal is to be better, day 2, day 3, day 4, and then when you play them day 5, hopefully that day is the best we've been the whole tournament. That's our goal, and, that's how we have to approach that game.
Yep. Graham.
Good evening, Coach. Good evening, Kelly. Right here. First, for Coach Jordi. Coach, like you said, this team is pretty talented. Even though without Andrew Wiggins, without Jamal Murray, everybody still put you on the top of the list for the prediction of the champions. How do you handle that kind of expectation? you still pretty new to the head coach for this team. And for Kelly, how do you see this team gel for since the first time of the training camp till now? Thank you.
So, to answer your questions, expectations are great. You know why? Because people think you're good. The reality is we've never played together. So one thing we have to do is show it. So far, these guys have shown me how committed and how committed they are to the program. And they've shown up every day. And we have always said we're going to get 1% better every day, and they did. So that's our main purpose. We got to play really hard. In FIBA, you know, you said that I'm a first-time head coach here in FIBA. Obviously, I grew up in Spain, so I've been around FIBA for a long time. I've been a head coach in a FIBA system, and I've played, so it's not that new to me. And playing hard for 40 minutes is a must. And being focused and value every possession is a must. And these guys know it, and these guys will do it. So we like the expectations. It's also at the same time, it's outside noise. We know what our reality is and the challenges that we're facing. They stay in our locker room. And once again, that's the way we're going to handle it.
Yeah, I mean, for us, you know, we've got a great group of guys, like Coach said. You know, we got some younger guys, some older guys, some guys who have some experience playing internationally, you know, a lot of NBA talent. And it's been a great, you know, cohesive group that's really come together in the last, you know, 3-4 weeks. And I think anytime you take a group of you know, players or teammates or whatever and, you know, stick them together in a foreign country, whether it's, you know, Europe or Asia or wherever you are at on the map, and you don't have your friends or family, you know, you become your friends and family. And I think this team has really done that so far. And, you know, it's really gotten together and clicked off the court. And I think our goal is, and our hope is that, you know, continues to transfer and continues to get better on the court. And you see that cohesiveness, that togetherness, and that connection, you know, on both ends of the floor that, you know, you need in a tournament like this to take you, you know, where you want to go.
Let's go the red T-shirt in the front.
Hey guys, I just kind of want to ask both of you just what kind of challenges does a team like France present for you guys, and just how do you feel about that game tomorrow?
Obviously, one of the best programs in the world with a group of players that have played together. They know what they're doing. They have counters for everything. They have size. They have physicality. They have shooting. They have defense. So one of the biggest challenges that we can face at this point. And if you would think that that's a negative for us, I'd like to turn a negative into a positive. And that's going to put us at our limit. And whether it's one way or the other, I believe that our guys will adjust to it, and they will find a way to fight. And then after that, we'll care about day 2 and then day 3. But we know day 1 will be probably the biggest challenge in this tournament. And I think that's the best thing for us, because that's what we want to do. We want to start strong, and we want to face a team like that. In my opinion, a lot of respect for them, if not the best, one of the best in this tournament.
Yeah, I mean, basically, you know what Coach said. They have everything you would think of in an international game, in a FIBA game. You know, size, length, at a lot of positions, shooting. You know, they're deep, and you know they have a defensive anchor that, you know, is really good. So for us, I mean, it's just about going in there and making sure we play our game and make sure that we force them to play and towards us, and we dictate the game and go in there and compete for 40 minutes and let the cookies and the crumbles fall where they may.
Kelly. Gustavo Hoffman from ESPN Brazil. At the end of the training, I saw you and the other big guys training to touch the ball above the rim. That's a very important difference from the FIBA rules and the NBA rules. Were you really training that? And how do you deal with the difference from the rules? Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, we're just, kind of working on it because that's something we never do. In all your time in the NBA, college, high school, anywhere in North America, it's not legal, so you never do it. So in order to train not only your body, but your mind to be able to do it, you kind of have to just get reps and over and over and over and over again to do it so that instinctually your body will think about doing it. So it's kind of just about putting those reps in physically, but also mentally, because it's something that we just don't do because it's not part of the game where we play for most of the year. What was the second part of your question again? Oh, the rule changes? Yeah, I mean, luckily we have, a coach who's played and coached in this level for a long, long time. There's different rules, and obviously there's something that you adapt and can adjust to. But that's why we have to play 4, 5, 6 games before we get to the tournament. Because when you just jump into that first game, it's different. The way they officiate the game, the way it's played, the physicality, the little slight rules that are a little bit different, that you're just not used to. So it takes a few games and stuff to get used to it. And obviously you're still not 100% in it, but now you're at least starting to think like an international game and think like the FIBA game rather than what you're used to. So that's kind of what it's about, and you adjust as you go, and I think you just get more ingrained the more experience you have.
Yep, right here.
Hey Kelly, you've been at this for a while now. It's hard to believe you were a teenager when you were first with the senior team. And now here you are standing up here, a captain with as talented a group as this country has had. When you kind of reflect on the journey from where you began to where you now sit with this opportunity this summer, how do you kind of process what this is?
Yeah, it's been a long time, a long, long time. I think I was playing my first big, I was with the national team, I guess it was 2009. It was my first time. I was about 18 years old maybe. And then my first real big national team experience was 2010 World Cup in Turkey. And I was 19 years old, just trying to go out there and, learn the game. And I still wasn't even a professional. I was just kind of like a college basketball player who's trying to aspire to be something greater. And now, fast forward 14 years, sitting here, as a captain of, probably the most talented team Canada's ever seen, is pretty special. And when you take a step back and look at the bigger picture, it shows how far the program has come, Canada basketball, and just the talent and the products of players that Canada's producing, year in and year out. I think we have the second most, professional players in the NBA, and it's not slowing down. So it's really, really fun to see, and it's fun to be a part of. And obviously our goal is to to continue this and pave a path that the guys behind us can walk down.
And we'll have 2 more questions here in red, and then the woman in gray.
Just Kelly, just on that, what would it mean to you to, at the end of this tournament, know that you're going to the Olympics? Like, especially you were talking about starting with the team in 2009, going to the World Championships in 2010, and being with the team forever. Just what would it mean to you as the captain of the team?
I mean, that's the goal. That's been our goal for whatever it was now, 13 years. Unfortunately, every time there's been something that's happened, something that's come up, something, a bad break, this or that. And, it's, if you keep, pushing the wall, eventually you're going to break through. And, I think, that's what our goal is right now is, this is our time to break through. And, we need to do it as a team together. There's not one person on this team who's going to do it by themselves. But that's our goal. Collective goal is to, when we leave, the World Cup, we know that we're dialed in and we're preparing everything for Paris next summer.
Hi, it's Jane from Xinhua News Agency. So I see that Team Canada is very competitive, and you're trying to practice 1% better day by day. But are there any strategies for other competitive European teams like Spain and France? Strategies. Yeah.
I'll take this one because you've been talking for a while and you've done a great job. With the strategy, obviously, I'm not going to tell you because those are our secrets. So we got to keep some secrets. But if you have watched the way we've played and the physicality and the way we run the floor, we obviously have to use our strengths. And it would not make sense at this point to play half-court basketball against the best programs in the world when we are very good at running and running over people. So it's going to be a little bit different than some other FIBA, especially European styles, but overall FIBA. But these guys have been great at adjusting, at learning, and at figuring out the way to play high-level basketball in FIBA, which is very different than what we used to. So, like I said before, the growth is going to have to continue, but we are ready for the challenge.
Great. Thank you, everyone. That will conclude our press conference with Canada. Good luck, guys. Thank you.
Thank you so much.